So I'm pretty sure this video is going to help make the next future millionaires, because what I'm about to do is share the 3 lessons that helped me become a millionaire at age 25. There's no bullshit. We give it as is, and you either like it or you don't, right? That's the whole thing. Getting rich is not easy. I can confidently say these lessons because they've personally helped me build multiple 7-figure businesses. So lesson 1 is all about making a side hustle. So if you're stuck in the matrix, you're the 9-to-5 grind, you need to find a passion project. You need to figure out a way to make more money. I personally think that investing like a percentage of your income is great, but that shit's a bit too slow for my liking. I prefer to make money quicker. So the best way to actually go about making your first $1 million is not by putting it in a savings account or an investment account or any of that. In my opinion, this is just personally what I've seen, is starting my own business and really putting in the work. If you are going to start a side hustle, you have to focus on a passion. It needs to be something that you actually enjoy doing. You don't want it to be the same bullshit that you go through in a 9-to-5, or else just stay at work, bro. You need to get out of your comfort zone and figure out what is it that you actually like doing. So you'll see a lot of YouTubers always saying like, hey, you should follow your passion, build a business with your passion. And that's a lot easier said than done. So here's a recipe that I use personally to find out what my next venture will be and how I'll go about it and whether or not it'll work. So the first thing is I write down all the different things that I'm passionate about, whether that's skateboarding, whether that's partying with the boys, whether that's traveling, whatever it may be. I write them all down, and from there I start looking into all the businesses that exist, the services, the products, the apps, the platforms that all exist within these niches. Once you start to dig deeper into each one of these industries or passions, you'll start to notice a very quick trend that some of them have amazing S-tier products and services, and there's very little room for disruption. As you start to go through that list, you'll start to find little nuggets, little gems, where it's like, wow, these are actually good offerings, but I could make it better, right? Whether that's just improving on a feature set. It can be as simple as whoever your competitors are, they lack focus. Like, that's a huge issue. These are all things that you need to start looking out for. Is like, can I improve without reinventing the wheel? Just make the wheel better. Is there room for that? Is there a want for that and a need for that, right? And once you can answer those questions, that's where lesson 2 comes in. And lesson 2 goes like this. You should always kiss. So what is kiss? Keep it simple, stupid, or keep it stupid, simple. And really the whole point here is the simplest shit always makes the most amount of money. As soon as you complicate things, people struggle to understand what the hell you're doing, and you have to explain it multiple times. When you're starting out, this will be the normal thing. So take it from a guy who's done that far too many times for my own good. Don't do that shit. Just keep it stupid as simple. Some kid made $1 million selling fidget spinners. He just sold fidget spinners. That's all he did. I met a dude the other day who does waste management. He literally shovels shit and makes more money than you and I. That's how simple your idea needs to be. And that's a lot easier said than done. The most interesting thing is you're going to start with a really complicated idea. And the key is to start breaking it down into the most basic fundamental levels of understanding. If you can explain it to a person and they can understand it as a 10-year-old, you've done your job exceptionally well. And that is the hardest thing to do. Part of KISS is what I like to call the developer's loop. And this I am guilty of on many accounts. Going back to the story of the nightlife app that we made, what happened was we started with the basic principle. And what was that basic principle? Why can we not find a place that shows me all the nightlife that's happening around me, all the different clubs, all the different parties in one simple platform? That was the first initial idea. And we did that. And we put it out into the market. And as we put it out into the market, we were like, okay, whoa. But what if you could put the guy-girl ratio, right? Because now it's a bunch of boys, right? It's me and 2 co-founders. We're in our early 20s. We're like, well, that's a great feature. We would like that feature. Our mates would like that feature. We now gave guy-girl ratios at the party. Then we're like, oh my God, dude, wouldn't it be crazy if you could pre-buy your entrance, buy some booze, all on the app? Then it was like, oh my God, dude, just start adding features, adding features, adding features, adding features, adding features, instead of focusing on what the is actually working. That's the developer loop, is that you start adding unnecessary features that's just noise that you think is going to solve your problem, but in actual fact, you've missed it completely. If you just locked it in and stayed focused and looked at the basics of, hey, why does someone want this app? Well, because they just want to know where to go. Well, they want to go out. That's all you need to give them is, hey, here's the parties. That's all you need. You don't have to overcomplicate something. Keep it fucking simple. Lesson 3 is the most important lesson, bro. Holy shit. Lesson 3 is, this one's going to catch most of you out, right? Because as we're going through lesson 1 and 2, you guys are, you're going to follow these steps. You're going to be like, wow, yeah, this is great. I've written down my passions. I've found the niche. I've kept it stupid simple. Here's the thing. That's the easy part. People come up with great ideas every single day. You're competing against the world. If you think your idea is so special, here's a newsflash. Every other Joe Schmo has thought of that exact idea. The difference is that you have doers and you have thinkers. Stop being a thinker and stop being a doer. And that is all about the little bitch inside you, right? That little voice holding you back.
But what if I fail? Oh my God, what will my friends say? All these things.
You have to embrace it. If you're not willing to embrace failure, then it's pointless. You might as well leave this video. Go find a video that's going to give you what you want to hear. But the fact remains is that so many of you are stuck up thinking of great ideas but will never go out and do them. All because in the back of your mind, you're too scared to lose. Now, let me tell you this. You'll never meet a successful person who has not failed. Every one of them embraces failure because within the failure is an incredible lesson. Without failure, without making the decision, hey, should I do X or Y? If you are never put in that position to make the X or Y decision and you got $1 million on the line, you'll never know what the right answer is if you never make the decision. That's the difference. The millionaire has made that decision, has lost the $1 million, but the difference is he knows the right answer now. You don't know shit. And they're not going to sit here on a YouTube video giving you the right answers because that doesn't exist. Right? Experience trumps everything. You need to get out there and go start doing shit. Whether that's going to be a content creator, post a video. Don't be scared of what people think. And yeah, that's a lot easier said than done. But I'll tell you this much. I was fortunate enough to be successful early on in my life. And all my friends, they were like, wow, look how great Ellie's doing. Now, here's the thing, right? It might sound great. Oh, yeah, wow. Pat on the back. But in the back of my mind, I was like,
there's so much pressure to not this up.
Because now I don't just have my friends who are like, wow, Ellie's doing so great. Look at him. Let's go. I have my siblings. I got everyone around me. He's like, wow, great job. Keep it up. As soon as that happens, I had 10 times more pressure on me, right? I was like, oh my God, I cannot fail. What are people going to think? Until one day, I was just like, what am I even worrying about? There's no rules to this shit. There is no rules on how to get rich. There's only methods and lessons and tactics, but everyone has a different journey. And the most important part is taking that first step, which is action. So here's some next steps for you guys to follow. If you've watched all the way till here, this is what I want you to do. I want you to write down 5 passions, go research them, whether it's a product, a service, an app. Find that one that just jumps out at you that you're like, holy shit, this could be something. Let me know in the comments. I'll go through it and tell you whether it's a shit idea or a good idea. And then I cannot wait to see you guys start taking some action in your life and escaping this goddamn matrix. Let's get it, boys.